Good morning. Greetings from the Department of Periodontics. I, Dr. A. Chaitanya, reader from the Department of Periodontics, would like to demonstrate scaling and root planing procedure which is used to remove plaque and calculus formed on the tooth. So these plaque and calculus are the soft and hard deposits that are formed on the tooth, which may be due to improper oral hygiene or any habits such as tobacco chewing, etc. So we have to remove these bacterial deposits in order to prevent periodontal diseases such as plaque, such as periodontal diseases such as gingivitis and periodontitis. Okay. So before starting any procedure, we have to have any set of armamentarium. So these armamentarium include diagnostic instruments, scaling instruments and root planing instruments. So the diagnostic instruments including mouth mirror, Williams periodontal probe, explorer, and scaling and root planing instruments include universal or U15/30 scaler and sickle scaler, surface scaler and posterior 204S scaler. So and curettage instruments or root planing instruments include universal curettes and Gracie curettes. So these curettes are intended to remove subgingival calculus, whereas the scalars are used to remove supragingival calculus. So before starting any procedure, we have to make the patient to sit in the dental chair in a comfortable position, and we have to sit with our feet parallel to the floor, feet on the floor and the thighs parallel to the floor, and our back should be upright, and the patient's oral cavity is the working area. So the working area should be always at the level of our elbow. So if we keep the patient in a too high or a too low position, or if we keep ourselves in a too low or a high position, then it leads to the straining of the muscles of the back and neck, which can lead to musculoskeletal disorders in a long-term follow-up. So before starting the procedure, we have to make the diagnosis of the plaque and calculus deposits which are present on the tooth. So we have to examine the teeth where the calculus and plaque deposits are present. So as you can see here, these are the plaque deposits which are formed on the tooth, and this is the hard mineralized yellow color calculus deposits which are formed on the tooth. We have to observe each lingual and buccal surfaces of the tooth where calculus is present. Okay. Then afterward we have to take universal or U15/30 scaler. This is called as universal or U15/30 scaler. So this instrument should be grasped with the help of a modified pen grasp. So this modified pen grasp utilizes three fingers, that is the thumb, index finger and the middle finger. So the index finger and the middle finger will be on the same side of the instrument, whereas thumb is present on the opposite side of the instrument, and the index finger is bent at the second joint. So this is called as second joint. So this index finger is bent at the second joint, and the pad of the index finger is placed above the pad of the middle finger, and the thumb is placed in between the index finger and the middle finger. So this will create a triangular or a tripod effect, and the two fingers which were free are used to make finger rest. So these finger rests can be either intraoral finger rest or extraoral fulcrum. So this is the way you adapt the instrument to remove plaque and calculus. So you hold the instrument with a modified pen grasp, you retract the gingival tissue, you hold it in a modified pen grasp, and you engage the calculus and you give a stroke. This stroke is a short, powerful, full stroke. So this is the soft deposits which are coming out are the calicles. So this is the scaling and root planing. You turn the instrument on the distal side and you remove the calicles. So we have to adapt the instrument, and the blade or the working end of the instrument should not cross the line angles of the teeth. Once the instrument gets clogged with the debris, you take the cotton, you wipe the debris from the instrument tip and also from the tooth surface. So this is for the maxillary first quadrant buccal surface. So this is called as first quadrant. This is called as second quadrant. This is called as third quadrant, and this is called as fourth quadrant. This surface is called as buccal surface, and the surface which is present inside is called as palatal surface. And this surface is called as buccal surface for the lower teeth, and that surface which is present towards the tongue is called as lingual surface. So use the mouth mirror for indirect vision. Hold the instrument, adapt it properly and give a short, powerful pull stroke. So rotate the instrument, and your working end should not cross the mesial and distal line angles. And for the palatal anterior, take the intraoral finger rest and do the scaling. Once again, remove the debris from the instrument tip. And for lower anterior, lingual side, adjust the light and you adapt the instrument and give the stroke. This is for the lower anterior lingual side. And for the lower anterior labial side, you keep the mouth mirror aside, hold the mandible with the non-operating hand, keep your lower anterior lingual side. We have to place the instrument parallel to the tooth and engage the calicles and give a short, powerful pull stroke. So this is for the lower anterior lingual side. As you can see here, these are the soft deposits or hard deposits which are formed on the tooth, that is the calicles. Next, coming to the lower anterior labial side. So when there is a main principle is operating area should be always dry. Okay, so there should not be blood. Then for the lower anterior labial side, you have to hold the mandible with the non-operating hand. This hand is called as non-operating hand, and you have to take the finger rest and you have to give a short, powerful pull stroke, rotating the instrument both mesial and distal sides, and you continue from one tooth to the other tooth. So this is the lower anterior labial side. Next, coming to the lower anterior lingual side of third quadrant. So you ask the patient to open the mouth, reflect the light from the chair to the tooth surface, and you adapt the instrument and you give the stroke. This is for the lower teeth, posterior teeth, lingual side. Next, you wipe the area with the cotton if there is any blood or saliva. Next, for the fourth quadrant, ask the patient to turn the head towards yourself a little bit, and you adapt the instrument and you remove the calicles. Okay, so this is for the lower anterior lingual side of fourth quadrant. Here you can see a lot of deposits and bleeding is coming due to the inflammation of the tissue. So this is called as conventional finger rest. Okay, and this is called as opposite arch finger rest, and this is called as cross arch finger rest. That means finger rest taking from the arch which is crossing the midline. Okay, and this is called as finger on finger rest. So you are taking the finger rest on the non-operating hand. Once you complete the procedure, ask the patient to swish the mouth with the mouthwash. Quickly to this. So once you complete the scaling, you have to demonstrate the brushing technique to the patient. So this is the model depicting the oral cavity and this is the brush. So you have to advise the patient to keep the brush in a modified bath brushing technique is normally indicated. So the brush is placed at a 45 degrees to the tooth, partly on the gingiva and partly on the tooth. So ఇలా బ్రష్ పెట్టాలి. సో ఇలా సగం చిగురుకి సగం పళ్ళకి బ్రష్ వెళ్ళాలి. వెళ్ళిన తర్వాత రౌండ్ కానీ యూ హ్యావ్ టు కింద కన్నా. సో పళ్ళ మధ్యలో ఉన్నాయి కూడా క్లీన్ అయిపోతాయి. అలాగే పళ్ళ పైన ఉన్నది ఈ లోపల కూడా క్లీన్ చేసుకోవాలి. ఓకేనా? ఇది బ్రషింగ్ రోజుకి 2 సార్లు చేయాలి. Next, we would like to demonstrate the latest dental equipment which is used for a painless and a bloodless field is the diode dental laser. So this laser equipment is manufactured by the Woodpecker company and the model name is LX16 Plus. And this laser will have various parts such as a touchscreen monitor and a handpiece. So this is the handpiece which is used to deliver the laser from the system to the patient, and this handpiece will have a fiber optic tip, and this is the button which is used to activate the laser. And whenever if you are doing a procedure, if you want to stop the laser immediately, we will have a red button called as laser stop. So this laser, if we press the laser stop, the laser will stop immediately the working, and it will have a power button at the back of the laser. So after you start the power button, you will have the monitor with the password. So you have to enter the password. Once you enter the password, you will have the screen depicting various procedures. So these are the various procedures which are already located in the system. So these procedures, you can select any of the procedures. Suppose if you are doing a gingivectomy procedure, you have to select the gingivectomy procedure. So automatically the wavelength, the power and the energy which is coming from the laser will be automatically loaded in the laser system. So we don't require to change any of the settings. So this laser normally will have 2 wavelengths, that is 980 nanometers and 450 nanometers, and this is called as diode laser, which is present in the range of blue light or visible light. Okay, so once again we have to hold the handpiece in the pen grasp here, and you have to place the thumb on the button which you should activate. So before starting the procedure, we have to aim the focus of the laser. So this is the button which is used to aim the laser which is coming from the tip. Okay. Next, we have to on the laser. So there will be a warning here. So what is this warning? Wear protective goggles. So this is a class 4 laser. So if we don't use these protective eyewear, so these are the protective glasses or eyewear. If we don't use these protective eyewear, it can cause damage to the eye. That's why we have to wear the protective eyewear. So we have to keep the protective eyewear and we have to press S here. Once you press the S, you can see a green light present here in the monitor. It means the laser is ready to work. So after you are ready with the procedure, you have to give the LA. So you can see here, before there is no red light at the tip of the laser. Now you can see the small red light at the tip of the laser. So we have to place the laser at the junction of the soft tissue and you have to activate the laser. So once you activate the laser, you can see here, this is the color change. from red to white color it is coming. This is the non-contact mode of using laser, and you can also hear beep sound of the laser. So the beep sound is that the laser is in function, and you can observe small amount of smoke is coming from the laser. So that is the tissues which are burning here. So this is the diode laser. So after you complete the procedure, keep the handpiece in position and turn off the laser so that the green light should disappear. And after that you can remove your protective eyewear. So this is the advanced dental laser procedure which is used for various procedures such as soft tissue surgeries, removal of any tissue overgrowth or any vestibuloplasties, frenectomies, and also for the disinfection of root canals.